Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this December the 7th as we roll into December, and a great interview there with Steiny, Michael Steinmeier out of Jackson, Missouri, the 2019 World Duck Calling Champion. Thanks to Bill Cooksey for setting that interview up, and he did a wonderful job. So we're going to switch now down to Arcabutla, as I said. But before we do that, this is First Saturday, which means Gene Smith is here. He's almost in full camo. Almost didn't see you sitting over there. Do you have any words of wisdom before we talk to Ernie Lentz?
Well, I heard my neighbors the other night arguing.
Yeah.
And she asked him, how come you come home half drunk? He said, I run out of money.
Okay, there we go. That's how he's only half drunk. Okay, all right. Hey, this is the big event going on at Arcabutla. It started Thursday, goes through Sunday. It's the 29th annual Arcabutla Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt, and our good friend Ernie Lentz is on the line with us this morning, and I know this one is extra special to Ernie because this is his last. Right, Ernie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Does everybody know that? You've told them, hadn't you? I mean, you have told them that this is it, right? You're not just going to sneak around and leave.
No, sir. They know. They know.
They know.
Well, they knew before they got here. So word travels fast and all, and it is special. It's 29th hunt, and
how many have you done?
Let me see. I've done 27 of the 29.
27 of the 29. Now, are you retiring from the Corps, or are you just retiring from this event?
I'm retiring from the Corps.
Wow. And how many years you got with the Corps?
Well, with my military time, it'll be 35 years of federal service.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. So appreciate it. So our listeners out there, we know this event has been around for a while. Participants must be what I know they got to be what?
The qualifications is paraplegic, quadriplegic, or ambulatory with the use of leg braces, crutches, cane, such as that.
And how many do you have this year?
Well, I've actually had 54.
54. Okay, so you're hunting for 2 days. You hunted Thursday and Friday, and you're hunting today and tomorrow with the group,
correct.
right? And
yes.
And I know our listeners out there. Why have you done this over there? What do you get out of this after 27 years of this?
Well, it's these guys have family. This is a family reunion for a lot of us as we get together year after year after year, and so it's that's one of the things that I get that I look forward. And even after I retire and stuff, I'll be over here. I started out volunteering, and I'll come back and volunteer, and
Well, I know the late Dean Hunter. I was there when it started. And I know that you have slipped right in there, and I hope there's someone out there that will follow you, and because this event is bigger than Ernie Lentz, you know that.
That's right.
And it's one of those things that you can't do it without your volunteers and things along that line. And somebody asked me, well, what do the volunteers do? Tell our listeners how important the volunteers are.
Well, the volunteers, they help us get the hunters in and out of the stands, and you may say, well, that's not a big thing. Well, it really is. I mean, some of these guys, they're in chairs, and due to their condition and all, they just can't do a whole lot of movement. And so we've got to move them. We have to. This morning we had to pick a guy up out of his chair and get him into a side-by-side. Yeah. And, then when we get down in the woods, we've got to pick him back up out of the side-by-side and get him back into his chair. And so, that's one of the more strenuous things that they do. But volunteers are dressing the deer. There's
food. You got to cook for them. You cook for them. You have meals. You have a campfire.
That's right. We have we feed them three square meals a day, and Some of them, it's more like 6, but
yeah,
I like
we
them
feed them
meals.
and house them and stuff, and so we try to make it as authentic camp experience as we possibly can. But yet, there's just a lot of work that goes into putting this on, and there's no way that we could ever do it without our volunteers.
And it's held in the nature area right below the dam there, 1,000 or so acres, I think you said. It's
Yes, sir.
it's used as a tool, a management tool, because there are lots of deer in that area like that. But getting the hunters in there and getting them back is one of the main things like this. We have no control over the weather. So today and tomorrow, they're in the woods now. You get them in the woods at before daylight, and they hunt. And they come back in right for lunch, and then they go back out and hunt in the afternoon. And they spend time. You've got tents and everything down there. Describe the layout for people.
Well, we started out with tents back in the day, and after 29 years, we've kind of perfected things. Those little metal garage canopies that you see in people's yards and stuff. We've taken 2 of those and put them together with sides on them and insulated it on the inside, and that's our cook and mess tent. Got tables in there for them to come in and eat and everything, and then we did the same thing on right across the street from it as a sleep tent, and we've got beds on frames in there. We got 8 beds for those that don't have lodging facilities.
Yeah.
Everything. We got a little potbelly stove in there to get it nice and warm, although that's not an issue this year.
No,
but,
no, it's not. But it has been.
So,
It has been in the past. And you have a campfire for those to sit around and do these things. Again, we're talking to Ernie Lentz. He is the Land Use Program Manager for Arcabutla Lake Field Office for the Corps of Engineers. The 29th Annual Arcabutla Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt that's going on through tomorrow at the nature area below the dam. And now, Ernie, before we let you go, what's going to be your thoughts when that final check-in happens Sunday, knowing that after all these years, what's going to go through your mind?
Probably a lot of the memories of some of the special hunters who are not with us anymore. Each year it seems to be 1 or 2 guys who this event that year was very special to them because of, and it's a whole list of different reasons for each person.
Yeah.
But after 27 years, and you remember those things and everything, and that's part of what makes this such a family reunion.
Yeah.
For these, when these guys come in and we see them, 4 or 5 days out of the year, and we pick right up from last year. Hey, so tell me what's been going on with you since last year.
And all of these, if you think you got a pity party about yourself, it doesn't take very long to see those guys, what they go through just to go hunting. And I think that's one of those things that makes this I know there's other hunts now that I think they've had spinoffs from your hunt and everything like that, but
and that's good.
That is very good.
That's one of the great things about it. You
Yeah,
get things like that
right.
rolling.
Yeah, and how much do they pay to hunt down there, Ernie?
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Is that not something? And you got guys down there in wheelchairs. I'll never forget David Miller from Heber Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah.
He hunted out of a forklift. I mean, that baby went up in the air, and he's sitting up there, and he couldn't do anything. And I think he used Scott Coleman's another one that's done it, that's hunted with their mouth, pull the trigger with the mouth. So great job, Ernie. I just want to congratulate you on your service down there. You got a real life, I know, but from us at Outdoors with Larry Ray over the years, we really congratulate you on the event itself. Thank you, buddy. Y'all have a great one. Kill some deer today, okay?
We're going to do that, and thank you.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you. Okay. Ernie Lentz.
I think next weekend's the cold weather to get them moving, but it'll be more
they won't be there
comfortable for them
next
this weekend.
Yeah, it's but just to go down there, folks, if you're out and about today, have nothing to do, drive on down to Arcabutla. Go over there and look at this camp. Look at these guys when they come in. I know Frank Barton will have ATVs down there for him. Frank will be there. Ron Wong's been known to show up and cook, which only Ron Wong can do. But it's a great event. So head on down to Arca Butler today and go to the nature area. It's never hunted except this time of the year, and these guys have special permits to do that. So I appreciate you doing that and just see it. But this is one of the cool. I know they killed 25 deer last year. They had 43 participants, and the amazing thing about this is that they had 13 volunteers. That's it, 13 volunteers. Wow. You would think they'd have 50 or 60.
And they come from all over the country.
They come from all they come from all over the country, and so my hat's off to I don't know whoever came up with that expression. I don't even wear a hat most of the time, but that's what they do. Hats off, and hats off to Larry. That was a song that I remember that one. Bill took his hat off. Oh, is that what you look like without a hat? Okay. I never see my son without a hat. I think he takes a shower with his hat.
Once people quit complimenting my hair, I started wearing a hat.
Well, I think my son has that too, and he looks good without. Hey, we got a special guest. He snuck in here. We're going to talk to him in a little while. That's Mark Copley, our good friend from Strike King. And I know, as we close this segment, do you have another one?
Oh yeah, I volunteer at the nursing home once in a while, and this little old lady was telling the other gentleman. He said, "I can tell your age if you drop your pants." He said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I can tell your age." He said, "Okay." He dropped his pants. He said, "You're 92." He said, "How'd you know that?" He said, "You told me yesterday."
We'll be right back, hopefully, on Outdoors with Larry Ray.